Howdy! How's everybody out there in YouTube land today? I hope this finds you well. Lord have mercy, Matt. We got a whole bunch of folks out there in the chat room already.
We got a
Frenzy,
packed house, Brenda.
yeah, Frenzy Wicked Truth is out there. Russell with Simply Wooden Creations is out there. Steve with Harneal Media is out there. Jim Bashirs is out there. Jay Grady, my internet daughter, is out there. Bless her heart. I haven't talked to her in forever. Me and her's got to have a conversation pretty soon and see what all's going on with her. And let's see, Russ Meadows is out there. Hey, Russ, hope everything's going fine for you out there in Texas land, Texarkana land, Texiosis. Let's see, going on down through. It looks like that might be it for right now, but everybody share this out. Let's get us a packed house tonight. Oh, Muttnuts is out there. Hello, sweetie. Hope everything's going good for you.
Oh, there's Muttnuts. I see them a little bit later than you. You get them popping up on your screen a little bit faster than I do.
That's because I'm special.
That's because Susan's scared of you at this point.
She better be scared of me today. I tell you what. Brenda has had it. She's not putting up with no more foolishness.
I could see, Susan saying to the all the employees, all hands on deck. We have an announcement from Brenda. Don't you dare mess with my YouTube channel today.
Oh, I'm such a sweet little old lady most of the time. Everybody knows that I'm just so kind and sweet and personable. And, so it just shocks people when I've had enough. Because after a while, they get to thinking, oh, she's so sweet. She's just a little doormat.
That is the wrong impression people should have of you.
So, yes, today has been the day that it was not the day to be in my way.
My goodness.
There's been a whole lot of people finding out that, we went the wrong direction here. Don't go down that road.
What's the number of days since the tree fell on your house?
Oh gosh, I don't even know. It was August the 11th.
Oh my.
We're working on week 10 now. Let's put it this way. I go by weeks. So we're working on week 10. There's been no work done on the house. There have been no materials. There's been promises. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of promises.
Yeah, materials are required before the work can get done.
And unless these things are invisible, they're not here. And don't you just love it when you get in touch with your contractor and say, when? And they say, you mean it's not there? Now that they know that it ain't here. Either that or they're totally incompetent and they don't have any business on this job anyway.
Contractors are some are good, some are not good, and there's all kinds in between.
Well, this bunch has excellent rating on the internet. Anything you look up on them, 5 stars. Great.
That's good.
They started out really good, very professional. Everything went very well in the very beginning. But then after it got approved by the insurance company, it started going downhill rapid. And I've had it. So basically, bottom line is they got 3 days to show me some kind of action here. And if they don't, then I'm going to turn up a few degrees.
Oh, my. Yeah.
I'm starting out at the low boil. They think that's bad. They don't know nothing yet.
Hey, Y. Mitchell's here. Says, good time zones, everyone. I don't quite understand that comment, but okay. Hi.
Welcome. Hope everything's going good for you. Brenda gonna be locked up for Halloween. She'll be an inmate. Yeah, that'll be my my Halloween costume. That's the topic for tonight, Matt. In case you didn't notice it there on the screen, is what are you gonna dress up for Halloween?
I would like to dress up as someone from Squid Game. Squid Game is a series that came out on Netflix. It's a South Korean production. They overdubbed the English over top of the movie because they shot it in speaking Korean, I presume. And worldwide, it is the #1 show on Netflix of all time, of all categories. People are just taken by this show, Brent. It came out of nowhere. They love it. And the costumes in the show are this year's hot Halloween costume.
Huh. Never heard of it.
Yeah.
But see, I'd have to watch TV and I'd have to know what, Netflix is. And, I'd have to be able to find it and see it.
Some people say it's a cross between the movie Saw and the television show Survivor, because it's these contestants and they're competing, and if you lose, you die. So it's a pretty it's an R-rated show. It's not for the faint of it, and it goes dark, but it's not made by American Hollywood. It was made in another country by another director with the different types of culture, different types of sensibilities. It's just not anything that has been experienced in American cinema or television for a long time. And for whatever reason, the masses love it. They love it. So anyway, what's your costume going to be this year?
Jay Grady says, I'm going to be a patriot for Halloween. I hear that's pretty terrifying these days.
Yeah. Go Jay Grady.
Be careful where you go in that
I
outfit.
love America. Right there.
that could get you hurt. Y. Mitchell says it reminds me of the Hunger Games, which is something else I don't know anything about. I've just heard the name.
That is another good comparison. Hunger Games, where people competed to win, and if they lose, they're dead. So yeah. So it was that seems to be the fun.
See, here's why I don't watch stuff like that. I live that every day. Because I sit here wondering, am I going to freeze to death this winter because there's a big gaping hole in my roof? I'm not going to be able to heat my house because these people keep lying to me. Or am I going to die because that other tree is still out there, and then, next time the wind blows, it's going to fall over on my house and finish the job and just crush me? See, these are the things I live every day. So I have no reason to turn on the TV to watch anything like that.
Yeah.
The rest of you must live, like a lot sweeter little lives than I live, because every day is a challenge for me.
Well, Brenda, life can really throw some crap at you. I get that, but just keep fighting through it and win that lottery.
That's the only step. That's the only step. I know I deserve it. I know that I've done everything in order to be prepared for this. I buy the ticket. It's all that's left is for those numbers to come up that are on the ticket.
Etsy. Maybe Etsy will turn into a 10,000 a month income stream.
From your lip to God's ear. I get orders on Etsy, but they're small and they're few and far between.
I have an Etsy update for you.
Oh, yes.
So today, I'll start out like you start out. I was minding my own business.
Just sitting here minding my own business.
So I get a message from Etsy. I'm like, oh, I don't usually get alerts because I'm dormant. I mean, I have a store and I pay that 25 cents a month or whatever it is. But someone says, Matt, I watched your rainbow unicorn video on Awesome Wood Things, and I followed the link to the Etsy store, and it's out of stock. I don't know if you remember, I made a small little wooden figure, and then for the mane, I had colored yarn like a rainbow.
Right.
Rainbow unicorn. That's all it was.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, well, I was like, thanks for your interest. Thanks for reaching out. I have no plans to put it back in stock. but if and when I do, I'll be sure and give you a heads up. What else was I supposed to do? But I have a potential sale on Etsy if I want it.
Yeah.
But I mean, do I want to make another rainbow unicorn and ship it to someone? I don't. Seems like a lot to spin the machine up just to crank out one particular item. But I just thought it was interesting because I don't get messages from Etsy, but someone found the YouTube channel, found the video, and wanted to buy it, and could. I thought that was interesting. If
you're going to fire up the machine, crank out about 6 of them, make them up, sell that person one. Still got 5 on there.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. It is a cute item. No, it's a girly item, of course, but it was fun to make.
Well, there's lots of little girls out there that might like to have something like that, and Christmas is coming.
That's true. That's true. Should fire that up. Fire that up. So I'm going to think about that, but I just like, hey, because when I set up these YouTube channels, I set up everything else on other platforms. I've got the Twitter, I've got the Instagram, I've got the Etsy, I've got the Instructables, I've got the email newsletter. I mean, I do all the Patreons. I got all the things. And sometimes you kind of forget some of the things that you kind of built for it. Hey, we have Shalalala Productions here. That's Robert Lee. Hi, Robert.
Hey, Robert.
Yeah. Oh, he's noticing we're zoomed up. Like I like the other view where you can see my whole set. There we go. Robert, thank you. We did this for you.
Does that make you feel better?
I was kind of getting used to the zoomed up, but I do like this better.
I mean, this just kind of pushes you back instead of bringing you right up there face to face with everybody.
I know. Well, my mug ain't the cutest thing to look at. So. Oh, I'm finally tomorrow making my Bee Gees video, Staying Alive. Finally. That song is just too hard. I picked the most difficult song, and it just pushed my ability. I just couldn't get it right, but I got it. I got it down.
Practice makes perfect.
Yep. I'm going to do the left hand on the glowing keyboard. I'm going to do the right hand on the piano, and I'm going to splice both tracks together for one cohesive song. It's going to be funkalicious. It could be funky.
Let's see. Nut says, I took a step back from my crafting for a bit due to getting blunt cut, but hope to pick it back up soon.
Burnt out.
Or burnt out. Well, yep. See. Speaking of that, I mean, this is a stretch, okay? This is the way my mind works. I have got a funny story for y'all.
Hear it.
All right. I mean, it's funny for some, not so funny for others, but for me, it was a hoot. My friend Dennis, you've all heard me talk about Dennis. Dennis was in the chat one night, okay? Dennis lives next door to a salvage yard. And we've always thought that place was a little shady at best, okay? Because of some of the activities that's transpired over there. But he sent me a news article, and I posted it on Facebook a few days ago, about how 5 police sheriffs from 5 counties in Indiana had descended upon this place. It's right across the border in Ohio, and held a raid for stolen merchandise. And of course, Dennis has front row seat because he's right next door to it. He sees everything's going on over there. And so he sends me this news article. And of course, the news article didn't tell a lot of detail, just that it was 5 counties, told what the counties were and everything that had gone over there and held a raid to do with stolen merchandise. All right. So Dennis, since he's next door to it, he knew a little bit more about what was going on. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. And he said that first thing he tells me is that while this is going on, a fella pulls up, like a customer, I guess, pulls up in a car and parks right in the middle of these 5 police cars that's in the driveway over there. Gets out of his vehicle and goes inside. And the next thing he knows, they brought this guy out, got him spread eagle out there over one of the police cars, and there's patting him down. They're going through his vehicle and they find a gun and drugs. And I'm thinking,
the guy that pulled up wasn't like the boss or the commissioner. He was just some other dude.
He's just a customer. Apparently, he was hiring a kite.
I would think so.
And I'm thinking, boy, you'd have to be a special kind of stupid to pull up in the middle of 5 police cruisers in a raid.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to digest this part, because I'm thinking, man, oh man, what kind of an idiot was this fellow? Well, then Dennis tells me that they confiscated a little red tow truck and flatbedded it off. And they also got a crack hoe. And I'm thinking, a crack hoe? What kind of a place are they running over there? What in the world's going on? And then about that time, he sends me a picture of a piece of excavating equipment on the back of a flatbed. And I'm thinking, what in the hell does this piece of excavating equipment got to do with a crack hoe? Was she running it or what the hell? So I go back and I read the original message that he sent again. It was track hoe.
That's funny.
And so, I've been laughing about that all week because I'm thinking, well, Lord have mercy. Are they looking for crack hoes over there? Maybe to run some excavating equipment, or
That's funny. That's funny.
So when I make mistakes like that, reading the chat, that's why my eyes go all wonky.
I got you. I'm following along, Brenda. I won't steer you wrong. Hey, something else for you. I could use your muscle if I get into some trouble. Let me tell you what happened. So when I smashed my phone, they're like, you got to send it back. Well, so I sent it back. And they're like, we got it. It's cracked. You owe $385. And I was like, I raised holy heck. And they're like, all right, never mind. You send it back to us and we'll just forgive that. I'm like, great. They said, but it's going to appear on your bill. You call us back after it appears on your bill. Then we can take it off. And we put a note in your record. So when you call back, they're going to have all the notes and it's approved to do it. Well, I just got the alert. So tomorrow I'm going to call and get this reversed. If they give me any problems, and if you're up for it, I'll 3-way call you in.
All right.
And you can read them the riot act.
I can tell them what's what.
I'm sure it'll be fine. But
I'm up for it. I'll do it.
Yeah, because the deal was if you send back your phone, they'll pay you money for it. They'll pay you $100, $200, $300, $400, or $500, depending on how old it was and what shape it's in. But since it was damaged, the deal was I was supposed to get $0 for it, but they would let me out of the contract because I still owed 3.5 more months of payments on it, because I pay for the hardware in installments. I don't give them $1,400 when I buy the phone. I break it up $50 a month or whatever, for 18 months or whatever it was. Anyway, so, but that was the deal. And they said they would make it right. So we'll see if they do or not. So, yeah.
Well, they might after you get done screaming and yelling at about half a dozen of them getting passed from pillar to post. See, that's how it works. The first one ain't going to know sick 'em.
Yeah.
Then you're going to tell them, I want a supervisor. Or I want a manager. I want the owner.
That's right.
Get Susan on the phone.
Well, I got another quasi-legal issue to run past you if you're interested.
Sure.
So there is a home repair company, plumbing, electrical, carpentry, and they had a plan where if you give them $12 a month, they'll bank that $12 a month for you every month into your account. Then when you need to do something, you can draw from it, like
Right.
escrow.
Right.
I thought it was pretty. And then if you're in this program, you get a discount, like you're 20% off whatever the retail price is. So it seemed like a good idea, and I did it forever. They never had a front end portal where you could see it. You know, you had to call them and they would look it up and tell you. It seemed pretty sketchy, but I mean, it's a big corporate company.
Mm-hmm.
But I never did like it. Well, they got rid of the program. And then they said, we'll give you, if you give us $10 a month, we'll give you 10% off. No more banking the money. And you got to use your money in 2021 or it's going bye-bye. So I had a guy come in. I'm like, okay, I want to use the money on my plan. And he says, okay. And he ran it through. He only took the 10% off. Like, he didn't use my money. I called and I said, you're supposed to take the money. Oh, okay. Well, I'll let someone know and maybe we'll send you a check. And then I never heard anything. Now I get the letter. End of the year's coming. You haven't used your money. It's going to go away. And I'm like, And it was only like $130. But it's $130 I paid.
Yeah.
And now I had $130 worth of services in July, but they didn't take it. I'm probably not going to have anything else done to the house before December 31st. So they're like, oh, well, it's going to go away. I'm like, how can they legally do that? They took my money, held it. I didn't use it. And now it's gone.
Because it's such a small amount, they know that people won't fight them for it. You'll have to pay $100 at least to file in small claims court. And, you know, then there's going to be more fees on top of that. And is it worth it to try to get $130? That's how they're doing it.
So I called and I was like, I didn't call. I sent an email. I'm like, stop charging me $10 a month for this thing. I never heard back from email. I don't even know if that's, I'm going to look, see if another charge comes through on my credit card. But what a crap deal. So they charge you $10 a month and you get 10% off. That means you have to spend $1,200 to get at least the $10 a month back.
Okay. The first thing I would do is I would call the credit card company and I tell them, stop letting that bunch take any money out of my account. And I want everything that they have taken out so far replaced into my account, because this is a bunch of shysters. And I would file a complaint with the credit card company. That may or may not.
That second
fly.
part probably not going to work because
I would try.
Yeah.
I know my credit card company would go to bat for me.
Yeah.
So it just depends, you know.
$130 is $130. Yeah, I want it back. But the biggest thing is, why am I paying this $10 a month to be in this program when I'm never going to recoup it, unless for some reason, tragically, I have to do more than $1,200 worth of repairs to my house. Mm-hmm. And it used to be electrical, carpentry, and plumbing. Now it's just plumbing. I'm like, you know, I have a CFI outlet, the kinds that trip, an exterior one went bad. I'm like, I'd like that. Send someone out and replace it. Because I don't do electrical work. I probably can, but I just don't like it for insurance reasons. I want a professional to do it. And we don't do electrical anymore. We're only plumbing. I'm like, jeez.
Well, you know, Frenzy brings up a good point. She says it's worth it to make them stop trying to get away with that.
I get it, but they're shutting everything down. They stopped doing that. You can't bank it. That went away in 2021, but they still had your money in the account. You just had to use it. Well, I spent years fixing up this house. I replaced everything that needed. I mean, I finally got to the point where everything's stable. You know, nothing else needs done unless something breaks. But before, when I moved in, there was a good couple years. We had to do the dryer vents. We had to do the exhaust fan. You know, we did a lot to the house to kind of get rid of these legacy issues. Anyway,
we got a few people come in the chat there. Mel's there, Jim Dockrell's there. Artfully Blind with Diana is out there. Good to see everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
Hey, Artfully Blind with Diana is doing a once a day in October art challenge.
Yeah.
And she's posting her art. And
cool.
Some of it's I mean, it's all good, but some of it, I'm like, oh, I really like that. And she's doing some on the iPad. She does digital art. It's some good stuff. I like it.
Anyway, with that deal, I would definitely call the credit card company. I'd call them tomorrow and say, don't let them take any more money out of my account. Stop it.
Yeah. I think I got that. That's the bigger thing, $10, $20, $30, $40. It rolls on. I mean, it's like a slow grind. Yeah, $10 1 month ain't gonna hurt you, but for the whole year, $120. You know what I could do with 100? I could do a lot with $120.
Yeah, I know the feeling. Yeah. I know the feeling. Yeah. Wait till you get on fixed income.
And now with all these freaking gadgets, I'm like, oh man, I should redo. Now I'm in the Restream. That's $20 a month. Well, I did a year, so it's $15 a month, but okay. And then my son cried me a river and I got him Hulu without the ads. So that's $12 a month. And it seems like everything's just 10 or 12 bucks a month. Oh, I had to boost my iCloud account because I had the 2 gig plan. Now I filled that up. And so now I'm giving them, instead of $1.99 a month, I'm giving them $11.99 or $12.99 a month. So that's I'm getting nickeled and dimed all over the place.
Okay, here's how you're gonna handle Sonny Boy. Next time he comes around wanting money for something, you tell him what you need money for. And then he's gonna say, but daddy, say, well, you need $12 for such and such, and you want that monthly, and that comes to $120 a year. And so I need $120 worth of labor out of you.
It's hard to do with a boy in school with no income.
Well, that's his decision.
Although at the beach, he did buy me something. And I was a happy daddy. He says, Dad, we're at a restaurant at the beach with the family. He's like, we should do a shot of tequila. I'm like, you buying? He's like, yep. Right to the bar. So he bought me a shot of tequila. I was like, it was good tequila because I didn't pay for it. Well, I actually did pay for it. Indirectly, I paid for it.
Yeah, because you'd already give him $12. See, so, but the thing of it is, you have to say, what's it worth to you? I know you're going to school. I know that you're broke. I know. Lord have mercy. I know. But here's the deal. Daddy's got bills too.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be a different Christmas here at the Haas house because not only did Evan get the brand new iPhone 13, he's going to get my iPad Pro, which is only 4 months old, and I'm going to get myself an iPad mini. Anyway, so he's getting a $1,400, $2,000 iPad Pro, my used one, and he just got the iPhone 13. And my car needs tires, and my wife's car needs tires.
And that's going to be his gift to you guys.
So
is buying you got both new tires and having them mounted on your cars.
Merry Christmas, son. Look at those tires on my car.
The next time he comes around, Daddy, I need $12 for this. I need 10 for that. I need 20 for that. You say, and I need new tires on my car, and your mama's car needs new tires, and they have to be mounted. And that's what we want for Christmas. So until we see our Christmas presents, you kiss all the rest of that goodbye, because you're going to need whatever little bit of money you got to come up with our Christmas presents.
What do you think tires is going to cost me?
I don't know. I know it cost me $25 just to have one repaired a couple weeks ago. So it ain't going to be cheap.
Well, I'm bracing for 800. I'm hoping it's around 6, but I have a feeling it's going to be around 800 just for one car. But we'll see.
Jim Dockrell says one hand and you know what in the other, and see which one fills up faster.
I've heard that saying before, Jim.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
yep.
That's a common saying.
Yep. And true nonetheless.
Do you know what my father used to say when I would ask him for something? and he wasn't going to give me what I asked for. He says, well, people in hell want ice water.
Yep, I've heard that. I can't tell you how many times, and I've used it plenty too. Exactly. Yeah, I have used it plenty too. Oh my
Anywho.
goodness. Well, it's about time for us to do a giveaway.
Oh, yay.
I think we should do a giveaway.
We could do a giveaway.
We got about 10 people out
in
there.
the crowd.
Yeah.
All right, I'll do the spiel.
All right, do it.
All right, folks. Brenda wrote down a number. If you guess that number exact, you will win that prize. What is that prize? She will show 4 prizes after the winner is picked, physical objects, and she will mail the winner the object for free if you live in the lower 48 states. If you live internationally, you can still play and pay the shipping because Brenda's on a fixed income and she can't afford the international shipping. Super chats go to help this effort. Anything, any donations to the channel, help Brenda gift this stuff to the community. So you can either do that if you're international, or you can re-gift it to someone. So everyone plays. So international people, if you want to pay for shipping or you want to re-gift it, you still play along. Don't guess until Brenda says go. Guess one time. Now there's a bonus prize. When she wrote down the number, she didn't write it in digits. She wrote words. She overcapitalizes things because she knows I'm a publishing professional and I hate that, but she twists the knife in me anyway, and she goes crazy with the capitalization. So you can guess the number of capital letters she wrote down in the word. So your entry would be the number guess / and then the number of capital letters. How'd I do? That
You
work?
did great.
All right. What is the number range people can pick from today?
The number range is between 50 and 59.
I can't type. 50 and 50. All right. When you're ready.
All right. Go.
All right. Guess one time between 50 and 59. Put your guess down and do / and then the number of capital letters. And she will mail you a physical prize. Numbers are coming in. It could be 50, it could be 59, or it could be any.
We got a winner.
We got a winner.
We got a winner.
Who's the wiener?
The winner is
55. That is Mutt Nuts. And the bonus is 4. Mutt Nuts, you guessed 5 on the bonus. Sorry, Mutt Nuts, you did not win the bonus, but congratulations on winning. Brenda, what are the prizes this evening?
The prizes this evening. We'll start off with one of the dream catchers that I make. And
what animals are on them?
This one has 2 squirrels and a bird on there.
All right.
Those are stone.
There's a name for those. What are they called?
Fetishes.
Fetishes. There you go. Okay.
And
thank you, everyone, for playing. We wish we could give prizes to everyone, but
I have one of my acrylic pour necklaces. Now that is done on a wood round.
Okay, cool.
And you can use it as a necklace or a keychain fob, or whatever you want to do. It's got the little hootenanny up at the top so that you can hang it on stuff.
Yeah, that's nice. Is it just the acrylic, or did you coat the acrylic with anything?
It has been coated.
Okay.
So it won't scratch up. But that is an acrylic pour on a wood round.
That's very nice. I like that.
And I've got 4 of the tile coasters. These are the stone tile coasters that I've done with painted leaves.
Nice.
And these have the felt on the back, so they're not going to scratch your furniture all up.
Very good. Are those freehand or stencil or stamp, or how did
they're a stamp outline, and then I painted them in.
All right. Okay.
And the paint is baked in, so it's not going to flake off or give you any grief. And there's a set of 4 of those. And then the last thing is the acrylic pour picture that I painted in a nice frame.
Great.
So those are your 4 items. You got the coasters, you got the picture, you got the acrylic pour pendant, and the dream catcher. So,
Okay,
which one would you like?
Please let Brenda know, and she will get that to you. And please give your mailing address to Brenda via messenger or email.
See, where do you do your plant baking? In my kitchen. I think she's talking about putting the tiles. How do I bake the paint on? I bake it in my oven.
Gotcha. Oh, and the dream catcher is what she would like.
Okay.
Good deal.
Okay.
Congratulations. Thank you, everyone, for playing.
If you would be so kind as to send me your mailing address over on Messenger, that way I don't have to dig around trying to figure out where it's at. And I can get that packaged up to send to you tomorrow when I go run my errands. Thanks, everybody, for playing.
Yes, yes, yes.
Now, what's everybody going to wear for Halloween? I ain't heard nothing from any of the folks out there on what they're going to do. I'm apparently going to be an inmate. Because it really looks like I'm going to have to whoop somebody's ass before this month is over.
Funny stuff. I will be giving out candy this Halloween.
I'm giving out ramen soup.
Well, it reminds me of the Coneheads. Did you watch the Coneheads on Saturday Night Live?
Yep.
They gave out scrambled eggs and beer for Halloween.
Let's say she says she can't bake in an oven in the kitchen. It has a small dog. I fear the fumes would get her. Well, put her someplace else.
Yeah.
Put her out the other end of the house in a closed up room long enough to, they've only got to be in there 30 minutes. And then I just let them stay in until they're cool. Ain't no sense trying to juggle around a tray full of stone until it cools down. I'm not interested in burning myself up. But yeah, for an hour or so, she'd be okay at the other end of the house, out in the yard,
Dogs
somewhere.
Understand things get cooked in the oven. They should be fine.
I mean, Lord, if I was worried about poisoning my dog with fumes, I wouldn't cook in the kitchen.
I mean, appliances are safe. They're rated for indoor use. Yeah. I mean, so. Yeah. But, hey, it's good to be cautious. So let me ask you, Brenda, got a Halloween question-ish for you.
All right.
Candy. What's your favorite candy?
Oh, Lord. I guess if I was having to pick candy, I would say Dove Bar. I like the Dove bars.
Dove?
Mm-hmm.
What are those? Is that?
It's a chocolate candy bar. They have them in
milk chocolate. Just milk chocolate.
Yeah. Okay. Milk chocolate. They got them in white chocolate. It doesn't matter what kind of chocolate. Dove, I think, makes the best ones. And Frenzy says Reese Cups. She likes Reese Cups and Smarties.
Reese's are definitely up there. Luana showed up. Hi, Luana.
Hey, Luana. Good to see you.
I like Juji fruits. Do you know what those are? The gummy candies?
Yeah.
They're not the Juju beads. Those are the little tiny little pellet type. I don't like those. It's the Juji fruits.
I hate to think what that stuff does to my stomach, though.
Oh, it's barely fit for human consumption.
Yeah.
It's like plastic.
Yeah.
It's one molecule away from plastic.
I've got enough stomach issues with my nervous stomach the way it is without, doing something like that to aggravate it. So, I try to stay away from things like that. The older I get, the more intense it becomes, and so the more I have to physically think before I put it in my body. I'm like, boy, that sounds good. And then I'm like, oh, but the after effects. We cannot deal with the after effects.
Snickers are not bad for the keto diet, I found out. Now, they're not good for it, but as far as candy bars go, they're some of the better candy. And a $3 super sticker from Luana. Thank you.
Let's see if I got what there. Here it is. This is what Luana wants.
Yay.
There's a little cowbell.
Get the super chat lights going for you, Luana. Thank you.
Thank you, Luana.
We appreciate it.
There's a lot of candies that I like, to be honest, I mean, take a look at me. Does it look like I've really turned a whole hell of a lot down now? You know, that's like my stepson. I'd make something and he'd say, "Ooh, I don't think that'd be any good." And I said, "Yeah, it ain't no good. That's why my ass is 3 foot wide." You just stay away from it. You wouldn't like it anyway.
We got another vote for Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. Junior Mint says Artfully Blind with Diana. Pop Rock says Jay Grady. Dove Bars, Luana. Pretzels. Yeah, I also I also like chocolate. Is just, I love it. I love it. Chocolate in a big way. Chocolate. Oh, and Jolly Ranchers. Chef's kiss. Jolly Ranchers are incredible. And I found out they have gummy Jolly Ranchers. And if you put them on ice cream, oh, baby. That's some good stuff right there.
Yeah, I don't think I've met too many candies that I don't like. I mean, you know, people talk awful about the candy corn, and they talk awful about the black licorice. And I mean, you know, it's candy. I wouldn't turn my nose up at it and run away. There's not too many that I don't care for, but
here's an interesting thing. Butterfingers.
Yeah.
That's a good candy bar. But if you're giving out full-size candy bars for Halloween, if you give a chocolate bar, like a Hershey bar, thanks. If you give a full, like a double Reese's Peanut Butter Cup, like a full size, thanks. Twix, thanks. If you give a full size Butterfinger, I don't know, because it's a yellow package. It looks, you can see it better. I always get, oh my gosh, full size candy bar. Like everything's full size candy bar, with just the Butterfingers get the kids excited. And I think it's because it's in a bright yellow package, and it just, you could perceive it better. I don't know.
Yeah.
So,
I know. A few years ago, I gave away apples
at
Halloween. You know, and I mean, these were the big, delicious, you know, the red delicious apples, the big ones. And you wouldn't believe how many kids turned their noses up at that. I thought, by God, one of these days you'll get hungry and you wish you had an apple.
Yeah. M&Ms. Yeah. My sister-in-law loves to collect the high-end M&M collectibles. If you go to their house at Christmas, they have all M&Ms on the tree, and they have like a big M&M character climbing up a ladder, like I mean, the thing is like this big. It's cool. It's cool. And they have an M&M store in Las Vegas. She was in heaven in that store. she was buying up everything. Yeah. M&Ms are fun.
Yeah, I like M&Ms, especially when I'm sick.
You
know, if I got a bad cold or something, I want my M&Ms in a big bowl, and a great big, like a mixing bowl, with like 4 or 5 packages of them poured in this mixing bowl, so that I can just dip in and get me a fistful whenever I want them. It's my medicine.
Had an opportunity to be in the E.T. movie, Steven Spielberg's E.T. the Extraterrestrial.
Right.
They turned it down. They said, no, you can't use our product on screen. They went to Reese's Pieces, and Reese's Pieces, hell yeah, put us in that movie. And they got the big advertising. But, oh, I want the candy that E.T. ate. Yeah. Cowtails, I remember. Yep, Cowtails. Milky Ways, a sensual experience. Yep, Milky Ways are good.
I can't believe the price of candy. That's the big shocker. I was in a store about a week ago, and I had to cut down through a candy aisle to get where I needed to go because of the way people were stacked up in the store. And I went down the candy aisle, and I just happened to notice the price on the candy bars, and I'm like, we used to be able to buy them for $0.25. Are you kidding me? And you know, now it's like $2 a piece, and I'm like, wow, sticker shock. But I know. I don't buy a whole lot of candy.
Everything's going. Oh, Frenzy Wicked Truth says there's a new E.T. movie coming out. That's cool. And Luana used M&Ms for potty training the daughter. Bribes work good on young minds. They really, I've heard, I read some of the Reddit stuff, and yeah, out of diapers like that. In one day, you got them fully potty trained. I can have candy if I go in the potty. Hell yeah. And then the kids start working it. They just go in there for a second. They just let a little bit dribble out. Candy. You know? Yeah. So that's fun. And speaking of candy, I got a Hershey Park season pass for 2022.
Yeah.
Treated myself. I'm going to be running around the amusement park like a kid.
Now, you know, Evan should have treated you. That should have been his job.
Yeah.
So what you do is you figure out how much that cost you. And then you go to Evan and you say, you remember when I got you that Hulu subscription? Well, guess what? Daddy needs a park pass to Hershey. And here's how much it costs. But please, please, please.
I can either keep your Hulu up or get myself a park pass.
That's right.
You decide, son.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. And then after you get the money squeezed out of him, you tell him you need them tires on both cars.
That's what's going to suck. Those freaking tires.
I tell you what, I'd be making a list for the first day that he actually gets a job. Once he gets his schooling stuff over with, first day he gets a job, and I'd start in the first day. And it's like every 2 or 3 days I'd be on him for something else. Hey, Daddy needs this. Hey, remember who paid for your education? Hey, you remember the time you asked me for that Hulu membership thing? Yeah. Hey, remember all them cell phones I bought you?
Just deposit your check into my account, son. You owe me.
The day of reckoning has arrived.
You freeloader. No, parents are supposed to do that for their kids, not meant to be paid back.
There comes a day where the tables turn. Believe me. I've been on both sides of the coin.
You know, my I got a good. He does not ask me for very much. Doesn't ask me for very much. But I did get him that, and I told him, I was like, don't get a credit card. Just do everything off your debit. Don't go into debt. Don't get revolving credit. And then I found out that he didn't. And that was when he was asking me for the Hulu. I'm like, I was like, all right, because you followed my advice. You made a good life choice. I'm going to get you the Hulu premium. And,
now, see, I would have said it a little differently. I would say, that was a good life choice that you made. They're not getting that credit card. And because I need new tires on my car and Mama needs new tires on her car, I'm going to get you that Hulu membership so that you can get us the new tires for our cars and get them mounted in time for Christmas.
See, both cars need inspected too. So.
Oh, well, add that to it.
We got hopefully nothing's wrong with the cars, because it could be tires and upgrades or repairs, whatever. I'm hoping.
Luckily, we don't have to do that inspection thing here. I mean, not that it would bother me because there's nothing wrong with my vehicle.
Car inspected.
No. That's what they got these little check engine lights and shit for on the dashboard. Mine has a light for everything. If a tire's low, there's a light that comes on. There's lights for everything. The whole dash is just covered in lights.
When the seasons change, I get the low air pressure on the tires.
Well, now there was a low air pressure on the tires when I bought it. So I aired up the tires. Okay. Then it was fine until I picked up that nail about, 3 weeks ago or whenever the hell it was. And of course it came on then because I had a flat. So yeah, But at least, it let me know that there was an issue. I thought it was probably, okay, it's been a year since I put air in the tire, so it probably do. But when I checked them, when you have one tire on your car that's down to 17 pounds, it kind of tells you that, this one probably has a problem.
Right, right. I ran over a screw and went all the way in the tire, and I took a picture of it and put it on Facebook, and someone said, "You got screwed." I'm like, where's the, oh, I can barely hear it.
Yeah, this was more of a bolt that I picked up in mine, and it had a great big old washer on it and everything, and I'm thinking, man, oh man, you wouldn't think something like that could get lodged in your tire the way it would. You'd expect, something spiky like a nail or something, but nope. It was a great big old bolt thing. Grady says she likes her older vehicles. These new cars are too expensive with all the sensors. Well, yeah, but it's getting difficult to get the parts for the old ones too. And, I don't like being held hostage by a vehicle that you can't get parts for. Mm-hmm. And you can't get nobody to do nothing anymore. It's just ridiculous. I mean, just like this stuff with the roof, they told me that they couldn't get the materials, and then it was that they couldn't get the materials. They had the materials at the place they get the materials from, but they couldn't get the materials company to deliver the materials. But they could go get the materials and they could deliver them, but they never have. They just promise daily that it's going to happen for over a month. See? So you can't get anybody to do nothing unless you have a fit. You have to get your hissy wound up.
No, I hear you. I hear you.
And blame it on everything. Blame it on the pandemic. Blame it on people don't want to work. Blame it on the supply shortage. Blame it on the ships sitting out at sea. Blame it on everything except that somebody won't get off of their butt and get the job done. Go the extra and get the job done. Oh, they're having to put off all their other jobs, all of their jobs, because they can't get this stuff delivered. If you're having to put them off, then apparently you got people on a crew that aren't doing anything. Send them up there to get the stuff and get it delivered to the sites so that the workers have something to do. I mean, Lord have mercy. Does it take Einstein to run these places? I never seen nothing like it.
You see what the problem is, Brenda?
I'm not doing it.
I was going to say you're not in charge.
Yeah. See, that's why they don't put me in charge of anything, because they'd actually have to work. I mean, I think it's elementary. I just say, okay, here's the problem. They don't have drivers. We got people that can't work because they don't have drivers. So now we're going to take our people and we're going to put them to work getting our materials delivered so that we can do our job. Seems simple to me. It don't seem like it's a rocket science kind of thing, I mean, I'm not the most technical individual in the world, but by George, I can usually come up with a way to get the job done. It might not be the easiest way. It might not be the most conventional, but it'll get done.
Yeah. I found out that the Port of Los Angeles is now 24/7, 365.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. President did that today.
Yeah, it should slowly, presuming if they've got 18-wheelers to haul it all out of there.
If they got drivers.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's not going to do any good if they can't.
They got to have a driver. Apparently, there's a shortage.
Yeah.
But see, here's the next thing. This is not going to be popular. All right. But seems to me that we have a whole lot of people that are overpaid sitting in Washington, D.C. on their big fat, and they're not doing anything. They're not getting anything voted through. They're putting things off. They're laughing at the other party, and it doesn't pick one. They're both laughing at each other and making fun and blaming and pointing fingers and hee-hawing. I bet you some of them can drive a truck.
Yeah, sure they can. Oh, Jay
By
Grady wants to put an order in your Etsy store, and she wants to know if the order can go out tomorrow.
yes, it can.
There's your answer.
If it's in the store, it'll go out tomorrow. But yeah, if I was in charge, see, this is why they don't put me in charge of things. But if I was in charge, I'd say, now look, I've had about enough out of you and you and you. And so here's what we're going to do about it. We're going to give you something else on your mind besides this foolishness that you're pulling off here. And what we need right now, more than anything, is we need drivers in these trucks. And if you don't know how to drive one, we'll train you. We will put you on the fast track to being a truck driver.
There you go. Bada boom, bada bing.
And here's how many trucks that, I judge that you're going to need to deliver to make this up. And maybe when you're done with this, your attitude will have adjusted enough that you won't want to be pointing fingers and laughing and carrying on and poking at the other party and acting foolish, that you'll want to get something done here instead of having to be sent out to do something someplace, because you're sure as hell not productive here.
Well, now, hey.
Tell me if I'm wrong.
You. 10 years from now, what's it going to look like 10 years from now? Because self-driving cars.
See, and I don't know that I trust that any too much.
Well.
But then I'm old school.
At some point, it's going to happen.
Yeah.
It's going to happen.
I'm just hoping I'm gone before that comes around. I'd be real nervous about crawling in the back of a car that ain't nobody driving it.
They've got models of what intersections are going to look like when everything's self-driving. And it is 4 lanes coming together and no one's waiting. Everyone's just moving. It looks like you're going to die, but it's all computer controlled, where it's like, it's insane.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, since I'm old school, I'm kind of like, yeah, well, that's, an accident waiting to happen kind of thing. I don't know that I'm too thrilled about it, but, I can see where there could be some benefits and things to it. I just don't like them experimenting around with people so much, maybe. Maybe that's it,
Artfully Blind with Diana had a couple posts about how hard the drivers work for Amazon and other delivery services. They do get worked hard. A lot of pressure. Like, you got to get these 50 packages delivered in 3 hours. They pushes them hard.
Mm-hmm.
Hands off driving. Yeah, well, at some point, it's going to be statistically safer to have the self-driving. And the argument's going to be, you're endangering by not allowing the self-driving car to happen. In other words, the people will have more collisions than the automated. Anyway, there's going to be a tipping point at some future month. So we'll see. Yeah. There's things they are a changing.
Yeah. Yeah, that's one thing that's always for sure, that nothing's going to stay the same. Everything's going to change, and you kind of have to roll with it. And I try, I really do try to roll with it as much as I possibly can. As technically challenged as I am, and financially challenged as I am, and all, I try to roll with the punches as much as I can. What really frosts me is when people start taking advantage of that, of me being patient, and start trying to take advantage of me and lying to me over and over and over and over and over again, like I'm never going to give up. Eventually, even I run out of patience.
Book.
Yeah.
Because I was frankly, I was too damn nice. Yep. I had to teach myself how to be an asshole.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Because you're right. Niceness is equated to weakness.
Well, see, I tell people the truth. And even if it's something that they're not going to want to hear, if it's the truth, then they need to hear it. I mean, if I was this roofer and I knew that, hey, we're not going to get that crap to her until springtime. She's going to be sitting there with a hole in her roof. She needs to know this so that she can plan accordingly and not freeze to death in that house this winter. Then I would be telling the lady, look, as much as we would love to fix your house right now, we are unable to obtain the materials in order to do so. So you need to plan accordingly here. Talk to your insurance company. Can they put you up someplace for the winter or something? Can you winterize the house enough that the pipes and stuff don't break in there? Do you need our help with any of that? We'll send somebody up there to do some heat wrap on pipes or whatever it takes to try to keep your place from freezing out and busting everything this winter.
You're talking about being proactive and communicating.
Right.
There's only two things you need to be successful in business. You need to over communicate and over deliver.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
That's all.
Yep.
But if they don't have to pick up the phone and call you, they don't. And that's any company that embraces that concept.
Well, I was having a conversation with Tony. Tony, my maintenance guy, does stuff around here. Mm-hmm. And I told him the story about the salvage yard and how they got raided and everything over there. And then we got off talking about this roof business and how that they, put me off and playing games with me on this. And I told him, I said, well, they say that it's because they can't get a driver to get the stuff over here. Was the last story that they handed me on it. I said, well, hell, I can drive a truck if I could get some way up there, so that I don't have to drive back and forth, twice, because the place is a couple hours from me where this stuff is sitting. I said, if I don't want to have to drive my car up there and then drive back, dump the load, and then take their truck back, and then have to bring my car back, I said, if I had a ride to get there, that would be one thing. Just come down here and then they can figure out how to get their truck back. But we was talking about that, and I said, hey, I just had a thought. I said, I wonder if I went over there at that salvage yard, if they have a crack hoe over there that I could take up there and she could bring it back.
Rent a crack hoe. Portal Woodwork showed up. Hi, David.
Hey, David. Yeah, Tony just said, you ain't right.
Oh, good.
I was like, can you imagine me walking in there to their front desk saying, hey, I hear you got crack hoes here. I need one that can drive a truck. You got one that can drive a truck?
Oh, my goodness.
He said, well, I will say this. I would pay money to watch that.
Yep.
Oh, my goodness. That one I'll never get tired of. That will probably go from here to infinity.
I'm just glad he wrote down the correct word. You just misread it.
Yeah. My eyes just don't, they play tricks on me, and I'll just like reading what my nuts put up there a while ago, they play tricks on me. I don't see it the way it's actually presented.
I got my eyeballs checked this week.
They would have to take mine out and run them under the faucet.
I wasn't checked for vision. I was checked for other medical type issues, but I got a clean bill of health this time. I got to go back every 6 months for the rest of my life. Make sure my eyeballs are working properly.
Well, they say that my eyeballs work just fine. It's just whatever these allergies are that keep gooing up my eyes, and that throws my vision off and presents me with all kinds of interesting things.
Yeah. Yeah, I got some challenges happening up there, so they gotta watch it because I'm not as young as I used to be.
Portal says new Heifer Haven, the Krakow edition. Well, there will be a Heifer Haven going up. Probably already has gone up, but there's a Heifer Haven, but it doesn't have nothing to do with Krakows.
Yeah, maybe you can do a question. Dear Heifer Haven, what's an acceptable price for a Krakow?
Yeah. But yeah, that's the kind of things, that happen in my world that give me a chuckle. Most of it just kind of makes me seethe and angry. But, every once in a while, something will slip through and say, you need to see. So I'm not convinced that it's necessarily my eyes. I think it might be just the universe stepping in and saying, she needs a good laugh right here. She's had enough crap slap her around recently that we need to do something that's going to make her laugh. And, so they jumble the letters up temporarily, and so I read it the way the universe is presenting it to me. And then I'm sitting there trying to figure out what in the world is that all about. And then when I go back and read it, see, they've already corrected it. And
Yeah. Oh man. Oh, Frenzy Wicked Truth has a comment. Says you got great videos on how to use YouTube and jazz. I've been looking at them. Thanks, man. Hey, you're welcome. I have a free course, Brenda.
You do?
32 lessons on how to be awesome on YouTube. Teaches you everything, all the ins and outs. It's on allthingsyoutube.com. 32 lessons are free. Hit the free preview button, create an account. You get trained. You know how much training costs? This is free.
Well, is there anything in them lessons about how to get your co-host to tell everybody you got a pair of shiny new Hooters?
Yeah, that chapter is absent. I don't have that up there on the... You see what I put up with, everyone? Do you see what I have to deal with on a weekly basis from Brenda?
Oh, you couldn't live without me.
Life would be a lot more dull without you, Brenda. That's for damn sure.
Oh, my.
Yeah, right. I hear you, Luana. It's just funny. Oh, Jim Shear's got to go. Jim Dockrell had to go.
Well, we're losing them. They're dropping like flies. We probably need to shut this thing down for tonight.
Yeah.
But hi, y'all. Send up a little prayer or send me some positive energy or something, because something tells me I'm going to need this week. People are just pushing me too far.
Program announcement, Brenda. We should let the people know, not next Thursday, but the following Thursday, the 28th. I'm trying to convince Brenda to start the show a half hour later, because I'm going to do trick or treat. So
I think you just should parade the little goblins right past the screen.
Yeah.
Just parade them right on through.
I could be on my phone when they're trick or treating. I won't be in my office here. It'll be. I can't put minors on camera, especially streaming.
Well, if they're in costume, who's going to know who the hell they are?
Although you provide a good legal use case, I don't feel comfortable doing that.
Well, see how you are.
Well,
I'd be a little more apprehensive about my kid taking candy from somebody with a pair of shiny new Hooters. But hey, that's just me.
You make a good point.
Oh, well, with that being said, I think we better call it a night. We'll turn everybody loose. We'll see you back here next week. Same time, same channel. And Matt will have a Monday night show with All Things YouTube at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Heather Haven comes out tonight. Russell has a show on Saturday night, Simply Wooden Creations. He's got a guest this week, and for the life of me, I don't remember what the guy's name was.
Okay.
But it'll be interesting.
Awesome Fun Things, too. I'm in the chat as Awesome Fun Things Monday through Friday in the mornings at random times. You just got to be subscribed and ring the bell so you get notified, because I'm not making it convenient for anyone and giving you a show page that you can hit the set reminder button on. I just, poof, I'm live. I've done 37 of them so far. Can you believe it?
Everybody's got to do something.
God, it's crazy. I'm a streaming fool. Anyway.
Okay, well, we'll say good night to everybody, and we'll see you on the interwebs. Bye-bye.
Live long and prosper.